Nino is a trainer, a lecturer, and consultant in business development. Previously, she worked in hospitality and in international brand companies. So really, really happy to have you on board. It's a great opportunity to listen to your experience in this region. And let's maybe kick off by telling a little about yourself and your professional experience.
Greetings from Georgia, Gamarjoba, one more time. So first of all, I would like to thank you for such a great opportunity to participate for me in this Customer Experience Day 2020. As you already mentioned, I'm MBA graduated. I'm hospitality professional with 7 years of practical experience in international brands. And right now, my main job is in the Bank of Georgia. We have direction of Solo. And I'm lifestyle project manager, and we work mostly with the high-end clients, and we can talk about it a little bit later. And I will try today to share as much as I can about Bank of Georgia and just about the customer service itself and customer experience in Georgia.
So when did you first become interested in customer experience? It's not something that's very popular in this region.
Yeah, I can say. I've always been interested in customer experience. I always observed how customers were treated by the different companies and how the customers responded to their approach. And decisive was the moment when I had my first negative experience. This happened several years ago when I visited one hotel, and it turned out that it was overbooked and we stayed just without a room, and instead of starting finding the solution, hoteliers started justifying themselves and didn't offer any solution. As a customer, I was really frustrated. Rather than getting room to stay, I got long waiting time, like receptionists who didn't understand what were my needs, questions unanswered, and in the end, rude managers. So since that moment, I have always been wanted to be involved in the customer experience, and I started my first job in hotel as a receptionist, and it always gave me the motivation to give a really good customer experience to my guests. I always put myself in customer shoes, and it really helps. And after years of working in hospitality industry, I decided to join Bank of Georgia and take care of customers' non-banking experience. First of all, we hired responsible team and launched the personal assistant service known as a concierge service in the world. And I can say that in this case, the customer service has double importance, as we work with high-end customers and offer a wide range of services.
And could you share with us a customer experience initiative that was most successful in Georgia, Bank of Georgia?
As I work in banking industry, of course, I will talk about it. So we all know that trust, reputation, history, and size have always been the criteria through which customers choose banks. However, customer expectations and perceptions are actively changing. And personalization, flexibility, ease and simplicity, more than just a banking experience, these are what customers actually demand and expect. And that's exactly why 10 years ago, Bank of Georgia decided to create an outstanding banking service to the Georgian markets designed for high-end clients, those who strive for perception on a daily basis. And comparing to other banks in Georgia, Solo was the first one, and I can say that only one, on the market who created a work-friendly environment for the clients. So during, they created Solo lounges, and during the visit to Solo Lounge, customers perform various banking operations, meet with the solo bankers, talk to them about the relevant, important issues. And Solo offers a radically different banking concept in one space, with the help of which customers enjoy the privileged service of banking and plus limitless possibilities of solo lifestyle. So banking is also on a new level. I can say that we have here in bank bankers who can help our customers take care of their financial well-being, control their expenses, save money, get a reasonable loan, give some advices where to invest, how to invest. And of course we have solo lifestyle. This is like very unusual for banks, and it makes solo even more special. So here we have lots of events, seminars, master classes, exclusive offers, and discounts, specially like designed magazine by Solo, personal assistant service that I already mentioned. This is known as concierge service. And we also have here boutique that is really unusual for banks, where customers can buy really like distinctive and exclusive items at a special price. At the moment, we have more 12 lounges and more than 55,000 customers. So we like always try to understand our customer needs. We use like CSAT, NPS, customer satisfaction surveys, analyze churn rates, and talk to the customers face to face. Sometimes even organize focus groups where we discuss all the initiatives that we have within the bank, and our customers are part of it. And I can say that this has a really good result. And I will also share one small example. So our researchers showed us that our solo customers were really their main interest was also to get all the benefits they had for their family members. So we created a special package, Solo Family, and right now all the customers and their family members as well can share all the benefits. So I can say that this was like one of the good initiatives in general that Bank of Georgia had with Solo, and it really works really good.
Well, that's amazing to hear. Sounds like a real in-depth understanding of customer needs and taking action on it. I'm just wondering if that was easy to get all the employees on board or the managers. It's such an innovation for the market. What were the challenges that you faced?
There were like lots of challenges. First of all, I can say that okay, we can take bankers and we can learn them how to use some tools, how to count percentage for the loan, but the customer experience and customer service is much more, and we do lots of training on that. And the challenges itself that we right now have in bank, I can say that is systematized customer data. I will call it like this, and I will try to explain what I mean here. Like all customers have different interests. For someone, number one priority is family, as I already mentioned. For someone, like make investments, travel, buy new apartment, etc. And we have a quite big number of our clients, and main touch point for them is our bankers. And unfortunately, the number of bankers is much less than customers. And it happens that, for example, one banker has 500 customers, and to provide a good customer experience to clients, they try to remember everything about their customers, right? To offer a special thing for them so that can benefit. And unfortunately, we don't have still some tools where they can record all the information about the customers. We are working on it. We have something, but it's still not working. And we also like face the problem when there is something new in Solo happening, and we have it like always every day new events, master classes, offers on loans, great opportunity for investment, and we need to share somehow this information with the customers. And we use different sources like newsletters, social media, SMS, but the best one is bankers. However, as the number of bankers is quite low, it's very difficult to organize. So we have this challenge, and our team is still working to make this process much better and much easier, so that customers can receive only the information that could be interesting for them. Because right now we receive the feedback that they are not interested, for example, in like spending their weekend I don't know, on the sea, and because they have some other interest, and they ask like, why do you send me this information when I told you that I am not interested? So this is the main thing that we are working on right now, and the biggest challenge that we have.
It's a word of comfort, you're not alone. Many companies around the world struggle with systems and data and personalizations. It's a long journey, and it's great you've started on it. So for companies in Georgia and in the region overall, what advice would you have for them to advance their customer centricity?
First of all, I can say that like reply quickly to your customers. This is like the biggest problem that we face. I can say from the perspective of personal assistant service that we have, when we try to contact some companies and we need to get something urgent for our clients, they say, okay, please send me an email and we will reply to you. And okay, we send an email and then we get answer, like can get answer after a week. So, and then these companies complain that they don't have clients and they don't have a business. But first of all, they need to change their attitude. So number one will be like advice to reply quickly. I would also advise them to get everyone in their companies involved in customer experience, and put themselves in their customers' shoes. Understand their customers better than anyone else. Make listening to the customers number one priority, and try to create memorable experience for their customers. I think this is like the main advices I would give to all the companies here in Georgia, and maybe not only in Georgia, but mostly here. Yeah.
Excellent. That's very practical and certainly doable if they put their mind to it and focus on it properly. So that's great advice. Any questions that you guys, both the panelists and the attendees, feel free to ask questions. We have this amazing opportunity to grill Nino on all of her experiences.
Can I go first?
Yeah, of course.
Again, going back to the issue of the global pandemics and the effect it has had on the commercial banking sector here in Georgia. How much has it affected Sakartvelo Bank, and what do you think your competitive advantage has been over your competitors here in Georgia?
I can say that yes, it also affected us because we have our lounges, as I mentioned already, and we have solo boutique where they can buy some products. But we also like adapted really quickly. We tried to offer delivery service. For example, we changed all our events to online, so this was also the important thing. And the most challenging was for the customer, for the personal assistant service, because when there was a lockdown and we were not even allowed to drive the car in the city, and where we had cases when our customers were stuck in other countries. They needed some support. They needed emergency medical help in other countries, and we needed to help them with that. So this was, I can say, the most challenging to support them in this kind of cases. But in general, for the banking side, I can say that nothing has changed because we have these solo lounges where people can come and talk to their bankers, but still most of the customers work with their bankers remotely via email, so they can do all the procedures remotely, and this really helped. So it didn't affect that much our bank, I can say.
We have another question here. Who are the leaders in CX deployment business sector-wise? So which sectors do you think are leading the way in our region?
I think still the banking industry are the number ones, and the good example is Solo, as I mentioned already. And then again, back to hospitality business, because in Georgia, this is very important for the economy, and people try to develop and try to listen to the customers. And even like if we say, for example, booking.com, the hoteliers who are registered, they try to follow the feedbacks that they get from the customers, and they are really trying to be more customer centric and try to develop. So I can say that the number ones are banking industry, and then the hospitality. The restaurants also. So what I want to say that in Georgia, it is coming and coming. This is something new for Georgia, and even like not all the companies have CRM systems, and they don't follow the feedbacks of the customers, and they just start to do this. So I think that in few years we will have a much better situation here rather than now.
I agree. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We have another question, but I'm a bit mindful of time. I will ask this question anyway, but that would probably be the last one for you, and then we'll move on. What are the major metrics and KPIs used to measure CX progress in your organization?
So we use, as I mentioned, we use NPS, CSAT, and customer satisfaction, and this is also like that few years that they started using, but nothing like something special. So this is also developing, and our customer experience team is trying to do something new, but nothing very, very special.
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's one of the least developed competencies in the customer experience world. Yeah. Probably it's quite tricky to merge the voice of the employee, voice of the customer, and voice of the process in a productive way. But we could probably spend another couple of hours discussing all the details behind that. Yet we need to move to our next speaker. Thank you, Nino. That was really insightful. Thank you. I really enjoyed listening to you, and I'm sure all of the attendees will join me. Well, I've just learned today that the virtual applause sounds like this. So we are all meant to applaud like waving our hands.